Okay. Good afternoon again. Daniel Valdez again. Let's do the cherry thing, even though cherries suck. Let's put a cherry on the Bands of America Midland Regional. If you got to attend that event, I hope you all had a fantastic time. Our people in the audience doing the live blog again. Great job to everyone involved with that. We're knocking it out of the park this year. I love it. BOA Midland Regional. Your champions, Claudia Taylor Johnson with a 90.20. This was expected, as was the gap between first and second place. It's about where I thought it would be. And people were kind of wondering, well, why is Claudia Taylor Johnson going all the way out to Midland for this regional? What's the point? Claudia Taylor Johnson is the perfect program to go to an event in a part of the state where Bands of America is a little bit of a foreign concept, a little bit of a foreign idea to most of the programs out there. A lot of these programs do local contests and stuff, and every local contest has a different type of judges sheet. You know, there's all sorts of parameters that change from contest to contest. BOA would not put this regional out in Midland in the middle of West Texas if people didn't think there was an interest in it. It's as simple as that. What Johnson does is they give you just a almost perfect mix of musical innovation, great playing, great sound. You mix that with lovely visual ideas, not just full ensemble stuff, but actually letting your students create their own show within the context of the whole program. You kind of have that same deal with Bellevue West. Bellevue West, good God, those kids are talented. Not just musically, but it just, again, letting your students be individuals. Let them kind of create their own show. I love watching programs where you could look at different individuals and you realize they are performing different shows. They have different body movements, different visual assignments, sometimes different musical assignments, but it all fits within the context of the entire program. Kind of a synergistic type of concept to marching band. I love seeing that stuff. Bellevue West was awesome. And that whole finals contest, people really seemed to step it up. Prelims was a little bit shaky all around. I was watching most of this online, and I was getting some word from a couple of friends in the stands. I mean, people really stepped it up during finals, and I love seeing that. That is the power of the performance. When the lights are on, and it's time for you to own the field, you go out there and you own the field. It is yours. It does not belong to anyone else until someone tells you that it belongs to someone else. It's as simple as that. So we had some fantastic finals performances. The two bands that came from out of state, Bellevue West and Clovis, came in and just rocked the house. I mean, they really did. Clovis comes from New Mexico. Now keep in mind, Clovis High School is only about like 6 or 7 miles away from the Texas border. But still, they've been a dominant program in the state of New Mexico, a fairly dominant program in West Texas, because it's easy for them to travel over. Great stuff. Great stuff. And then you got to see some programs that you don't normally see at a BOA finals. You got to see Louisville, you got to see McNeil, you got to see Permian. Glad Permian's back in the finals mix now. Back in the day, they were a household name. Now, not so much. But they've improved over the past couple of years. And that's always appreciated. You always, as a director, as a student, you always want to, especially as a senior student, you always want the next year's program to do better than what you did. Because then you're promoting growth. You're promoting, you're promoting good things in the activity. That's exactly what you want to get to. So, Claudia Taylor Johnson, 2 Bands of America Regionals, 2 Bands of America Regional Championships. Del Rio, 2 Bands of America Regionals, 2 Bands of America finalist appearances. Del Rio's a good little program. They can pop out some sound. They can play. Great stuff. Timber Creek came out, and man, that program has improved tons over the past couple of years. It is great to see them. South Lake finalist, Midland finalist. Good stuff. Sherman came back. Love their sound. They have a good sound, and their guard was awesome. I love a good guard performance. It adds so much visually. It adds so much effect to a show. It really, really does. You got 4 or 5 guard people tossing rifles or tossing sabers in the air, and they all catch it at the same time. That is, not only is it impressive, it creates so much more effect. It gets the crowd into it. Great, great stuff. Very happy for these programs. Here's one thing that I noticed. I'll make this kind of a quick episode, and then I'll get out of your way, and then we'll talk about a little bit of the future plans I have for the rest of the season. One thing that I noticed that was that was quite common amongst the finalist bands, and even a couple of the bands that maybe were on the outskirts of finals. There was one thing that was common between those sets of programs. Woodwind performance and woodwind color. Now, what do I mean by that? You give your woodwinds, pretty much all finalist programs, you give your woodwinds a bunch of notes to play. You let it be featured, and you let them belt it out, and you let them be impressive. That's good stuff. But when I talk about woodwind color, I mean you're hearing all the instruments. You're hearing everything from piccolos. You're hearing everything all the way to bari sax and bass clarinet. One of the best things a woodwind section can do when doing these runs, and the musical book in general, is you have that balance of your high and low voices, especially your low voices. I love hearing like an army of bass clarinets just popping notes left and right. That is something that was very common with the finalist programs. They had great woodwind performances. That's how you do it. That's how you get it done. This is not all about, I'm already reading some of this stuff already. It hasn't even been, 12 hours since the contest ended, but I'm already saying, hey, I guess loud isn't appreciated anymore. I guess that's not the thing now. You know what? No, loud is not the thing anymore. You cannot shove your tongue inside of the bell of the instrument and expect to be successful. You must play with tone. You must play with color. It cannot just be loud the entire time. There must be tone. There must be a roundness of sound. There is a difference between loud sound and full sound. Loud is just 200 kids belting out tunes. Full means that there is balance. Full means that there is shape to the tones you're playing. There's shape to the technical passages that you are playing. It's not all about loud anymore. I'm sorry. Especially in bands of America. You can't just be, you just can't play at, triple Fs the entire time. It doesn't work that way. You want to be successful in that activity, you have to balance, and you have to treat it as if you're sitting in a symphony hall. Because guess what? The top programs in this activity are able to move while playing as if they are sitting down. They are able to shape phrases. They are able to play technical passages like it's as simple as drinking a glass of water. I'm really glad BOA went out to West Texas. Like I said, Johnson is a perfect ambassador for promoting the activity out there, kind of showing. This is almost like a show and tell sort of contest. Like, this is what we offer. This is how we run our events. These are the rules. These are the parameters. This is what we're all about. Now, it'll be interesting to see what kind of interest there is next year for this event. Will West Texas programs buy into this? Will they be willing to, participate in a contest like this again? I hope they will. But that remains to be seen. But again, I hope it goes out. I hope it goes out there again. And I hope you'll all have fun next year with that stuff. I think that's it for the BOA Midland stuff. So what's next? Because next week there's not a Texas Regional. There's not a BOA Texas Regional. What the hell are we going to do? We're going to sit on our hands and do nothing? You think I'm going to keep my mouth shut? Hell no. We got a couple of bands going to the Super Regional out in St. Louis, Missouri. So we'll talk a little bit about them. And we've been focusing on Bands of America pretty much that first half of the year. Well, guess what? This week, we're going to start doing some UIL region contests. Oh, baby, here we go. UIL, state year. Are you ready? Are you set? You ready to go? Region contests. They don't all happen shotgun time like area contests do, which will be the following week. But region contests are very, very important in determining who goes to area and ultimately who makes area finals and penultimately, I guess you could say, or I don't know, maybe I got those words confused. That's also going to determine how many bands advance from your area to the state contest, to the mecca of marching band in the state of Texas, the Alamo Dome, my old stomping grounds. So region's very important. And we're going to talk, and I think later on this week, we're going to talk about the UIL process, how that works, all the rules behind that, trends, all that good stuff. If there's anything specific you want to hear, please reach out to me on TexasBands.com forums. Reach out to me through the YouTube channel. Just search the Danpodcast. Thank you all so much for your support. I truly, truly appreciate it. I can't thank you enough. I am out of here. We will talk to you in a few days. Take care. Adios. Bye-bye.